I'm back. Oh my God. My cat nearly destroyed my whole everything. Okay, she knocked the whole laptop down and I thought it broke. I thought it broke. I was so upset. And this was after we had already been kicked out and booted. Anyhow, I want to welcome you to the Sacred Ravens Tarot Vision. We're back live. We had some lovely people in here who I enjoyed the much. Looks like we had some satisfied people. We had some amazing answers. Spirit is really working with us tonight. And so, before I go to bed, I could feel my energy slowly start to drain. You know how that is as an empathic individual. You got to watch your energy. So, here we are. While we're waiting for those to come in, actually, I'm going to type in here where you can subscribe to the newsletter, okay, and get updates when we go live again so that you may get your updates on free readings when you want to get a quick question in. I'm not cheap with it. I do try to be thorough, unless it's like a clear cut answer and it's quick. I try to be very, spend a moment with you. I'm not cheap. Okay, so here we go. Subscribepage.com/the sacredraven.coach. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. If it'll update. Okay, did I get it all? Oop, almost. Subscribe. Forgot the R. Subscribe page. The sacredraven.coach. We've got the address in there. We get it? Yeah. And hey, sweetheart. Yeah. God. I was just saying, when I was trying to get back in, it took me a while to get back in. It wouldn't let me. And then I had to reboot. And then my cat thought it was going to be a good idea to get up here, and she jumped on top of the whole thing, knocking everything down. Everything. So it's crazy. Will my 5 cousins love you forever? Well, sweetheart, I guess we'll see. We could talk about that for a minute. But I generally just, when I do free readings, I do one question. A lot of readers just do one question for paid readings. But I try to stick to one question so that everybody gets a chance. And it's hard because when you do readings, it does take a lot of energy out of you because you have to tap into everyone's energy to get those answers. And you can really feel it. Like right now, I feel like I need food or something. And I know I need rest because I got up really early. And the cards keep showing me the rest card to, to get sleep because it's 2 a.m. in Seattle where I live. I don't know where you live. But I definitely encourage energy exchange so that if I work with others or if I go the extra mile for you, uh, as an empathic individual, I've learned reciprocity. So it's a give and take. It's a give and take. So, you know, uh, to like the video, share, subscribe, you know, Leave a nice donation. I've been missing coming on here talking to people. I meet a lot of friends and it's wonderful. But it gives me an opportunity to get to know my subscribers, get to know my people better instead of just, only give out the readings, because the paid readings, one question is $25 for just the one question. And so I know not everybody can afford that, you know, and it's nice to be able to come on here, give the free readings as a thank you, as an acknowledgement, and to get to know everyone on a personal level. It makes it that much more meaningful when I do the readings as well, so that my guidance is deeper, comes from a deeper and more a place that's more connected. But definitely, if you're in here and you would like your question answered, subscribe, share, leave a donation if possible. If you should like, it's not required. That's why I'm here, to get to know people and make sure that at least everybody gets a chance. So you want to know about your cousins. You're in Vegas. Yeah, we used to live out there for a little bit. Um, my family lives in Arizona. They went back. I used to live there when I was a child. That's like my second home. And I want to retire out there. It'd be lovely to live like in central Arizona, or maybe um, near Northern Arizona University, Mojave County, outside of Sedona. But this is how it works. Your cousins, will they love you forever? They will definitely love you forever. Family, unfortunately, blood relatives may not always be the best as far as having your back. Sometimes you have to go out and create your own family, your own community. Those that resonate with you, those that have the same beliefs and same values as you do. That's why even scripture will say, don't worry if blood relatives don't understand you, don't love you in the way that they should, that there isn't the give and take, that there isn't the acknowledgement, that they don't support you. Because when you go out there, you'll always meet those that are of like mind, those that resonate with you. That's who becomes your family. That becomes your community. Those people are the ones that will have your back, ride or die. Hey, Lenny. Hey, Crafty, what's up? I'm being good. It's been a while since I've been on live. Thank God I finally got on and it's working okay. You keep getting some that are accurate and some that are inaccurate. Well, I'm going to say this. Yes, many of the women and the gentlemen that do readings, many come from a very good place. But not everybody resonates with the same people. You're not going to resonate with everyone the same. They're going to tap into different energies, and so the answers are going to look different. You know, who you resonate over here, you may not resonate with over here. So there's going to be very different answers because not everybody's the same. We all have special situations and conditions in our lives, and we were each born on different times and dates, and we approach life differently. You know, we all have our own DNA code, so we resonate differently. But you're not going to resonate with every reader, so that the answers aren't always going to be the same every time. And it's not always definite. You have free will, and you change. The energy changes minute by minute, moment by moment, from a cellular level out to the macro universal level. You see what I'm saying, honey? So it's not always going to be exactly the same. And even then, the reader themselves, the more they're a vessel, their body is a vessel to receive spirit. So the cleaner their body is, as far as if they've been washing their systems out, eating the best foods that they can eat, getting rested, the more tired one gets, the more fuzzy their ability to receive energy is and to read. So that's why these are some of the things that can affect the accuracy of a reading. And you never want to take everything at face value, because they might pick up on energies, parts of you that are stronger than others that they resonate with, and it won't always be 100%, you know? And we have free will. That's the beauty of it. We have free will. We are co-creators in this universe with the master creator. So it wouldn't be very loving if the creator made us like robots and that we were forced to do everything the way he said it. That would be a dictatorship. So we get to have our lives and call the shots the way we want to. But at the same time, we're like, because we're children and fashioned after the creator, we can create as well. We have the ability to design our lives the way we want to. That's why you're not experiencing the readers all across the board the same. However, there are people who lack integrity, and there are those who are trying to take advantage of those online, okay? And they try to pose themselves as psychics, right? And sometimes you can hear by the jargon that they use or the lingo, and they're not exactly authentic, but you can tell who's authentic, who's coming from a good heart place, who's coming from a very real and honest space versus those who are not. You know what I'm saying? But it is a business. So yes, there will be people, of course, you know, this is how they make their money. And it is about value. It is about energy exchange. So what many of us do to give back, to show our love, and to get to know you guys better is we do the free readings. And that's what these are about. So we try to give out at least one question, right? Which is pretty good because I've noticed a lot of readers, some readers will charge $65 for one question. And if it's an emergency question, you know, it could be $150 for that, because they have so many people vying for their attention, they can only get so many. So the more business they get, the more people they get asking for readings, the more expensive their readings will get, because they have to only choose a few, because they can't get to everyone. And even then, you got to watch your energy, especially you never know who you're connecting with. You don't know who's on the other side of that line, right? And sometimes you get people who are too needy, or you get people who don't understand how energy works. And you might end up with an energy vampire that's very demanding. And that I've heard some horror stories by some coaches, some life coaches, some healers, some readers that get some people that follow them around and have literally tried to hurt their business. So it is different with every person. So no, it won't always be the same, sweetheart. I'm so happy that you got your question asked. And I'm so happy I got to meet you tonight. Sleep tight. Have beautiful dreams. Make sure you say your prayers before you sleep. That way you're contented, heart, mind, and body, soul, when you lay your pretty head down. Crafty, thank you. Thank you, Crafted. And Norma Jean Baker says, I know what you mean. And Eleni, she says, I'm just wondering if I should send George a group photo with myself and my ex and mutual friends and say my ex is interested in me, but I'm not interested. I think, see, that's where that was coming from when I pulled the card. That it gave me this sense that not that you were manipulating him or not that you put a veil over his eyes or anything, but there was something you were doing. It said, don't do that. Oh, it just come from a natural, vulnerable space. And then that's going to be your best bet. You're so funny. Because when you come, you're going to come off very confident. And actually, it's really sexy too. Uh, there was a quote I just read recently. It said, there's nothing sexier than my authentic self, or showing my authentic self, something like that. And I think that's what's going to work with him. But don't show anything like that somebody else is interested in. I know he knows that a million guys are interested in you. You're funny, showing him that picture. I have to go. We have to chat soon. Did you get that recording? It only partially downloaded for me. Doesn't that suck? We had a good conversation. Oh, you were just joking? That's funny. That's a hilarious notion, though. Yeah, Crafty, that video didn't come out all the way. We need to do it again. I want to start having visual conversations with people about topics on intuition, topics on narcissism, emotional manipulation, particularly on relationships. I want to do a relationship series, but I need to find at least 8 people to interview. 8 people who are willing to be interviewed. How about you, Eleni? Would you be willing to get interviewed one of these days? Have you had any emotional manipulators or narcissists that you've dealt with? I want to do a series. I'm Crafty and I need to redo ours. We talked that day for like 8 hours. Yeah. Yes, because I want to do a series on emotional manipulation, codependency, narcissism, uh, and up to 8 to 10 topics with 8 to 10 different people. And there's one gal, I've forgotten her name right now. She's on Instagram, and she and I met. Uh, and then somehow Spirit brought us back again to meet. And she had this really good, I don't know. I don't think it was an interview. I don't think she was interviewed, but she did this piece on forgiveness. And I had asked her about doing an interview with me on emotional manipulation. Okay. Yeah. I'll email you. I'll give you a choice of topics, 2 to 3 to choose from. And they'll be on Zoom, and they'll get recorded. And then I'm going to turn them into an audio also. So there'll be the visual part of it and then the audio part of it. Okay. And these kinds of interviews, they get popular. People are starved for information about emotional manipulation and codependency and stuff like that. And I know all about it. Too much. Too much. And I've got this amazing book called Should I Stay or Should I Go? So I was going to look through that even deeper and probably pick out a few key points to go over. And it's all about that stuff. Especially in this day and age, there is such an explosion of narcissists. I swear to God, we have a societal problem with it. And those of us that are not narcissists, we get hit up by them over and over and over again until we learn how to deal with it. We're going to suffer our whole lives in these relationships. And if I could spare anybody the suffrage and be an advocate for those, my God. So that would be amazing. Yeah, Crafty, it was that long. We talked for a long time that day. And then when we finally got to record the conversation on Zoom, I didn't even get it all. So I want to make sure that we get the whole thing. And we can get a man's perspective, especially if you've ever gotten any emotional manipulation, codependency, or anything from your relationships. We can get a male's point of view. You don't often see that either. Believe me, they're called Jezebels, and for a good reason, because the female narcissists are just terrible. And they always pick the sweetest guys to be with. They always get the good guys, and they treat them like dog shit. They emasculate their men. They use them. They are just terrible. They cheat on They are heartless. And guys, they get afraid to talk about that stuff in public because they don't want to look humiliated. They got their ego and their pride. So the more gentlemen that come out and talk about it, the better. It helps other guys come out and feel comfortable discussing it. But it also shows that it's not just limited to women experiencing it from guys, that it's a societal thing, especially in the Western world and in the United States, especially. Everybody is so offended by everything, and they want the whole world to jump when they say jump, and then it's just crazy. You know, nobody's humble anymore. Nobody's vulnerable. They don't have manners anymore. Nobody's neighborly and thoughtful. And I guess today there's more. Most people just don't. They don't trust anyone anymore. They don't. Nobody values anybody's word because nobody really keeps their word anymore. So they're not reliable. Can't count on them, and it's really sad how things have turned out. And it's the explosion of narcissism from this past 20 years. I guess it's gone up 40%. 40%. It's crazy. So yes, I'll definitely get back to you when those series of interviews begin. Let's see. I'm going to pull some few cards to see what the collective is experiencing, or at least those of us that need to hear messages of spirit tonight that you can add to what you have already received message wise. Okay, spirit, what are we looking at? What do we need to know? At this moment, what are some of the things we should be looking at this moment? What are the energies surrounding us? Spiritual union. Spirit is definitely pairing up with those of us that are aware of it. If you're aware of it, if you resonate, if you're here and you resonate with me, Spirit's with you. They've been changing how things have been done these days. There's been an explosion of intuitives coming out, people realizing their spiritual gifts and not being afraid to share them. They've gone on long journeys, and it's taken them some time to get here, but not everybody resonates with everybody else. And like I was saying earlier, if you don't resonate with an individual, you're most likely not going to resonate with their message. And so Spirit finds a way to get you to come across the right person, the person that's going to not only be able to receive in the way that you do, but have had similar experiences and have similar lines of thought as you. So they're going to resonate at a deeper level and connect with you more. So right now, Spirit is saying that they are with us. Of course, we're protected. We're protected. And partnership, the partnership is going to strengthen in many ways, more ways than one. We've got the two there. Two stands for partnership. Many of us are finding that our divine masculine and feminine energies are integrating a lot faster than maybe some of the other people that we've seen. But we're having a lot of us are going through these divine partnerships, which have been, in many ways, I don't know if I could say it's been the healthiest for a lot of us who are on the sensitive side. It's taken a toll on our health and our mental sanity in many ways. Can I have a message from love coming from my... Hello, Kai Bokari? Is that how you say? Eyes like stars. Hello. Uh, if this is your first time here, you would like a question answered, uh, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like. And I ask that you do that just as a thank you, and it's for energy exchange. Right now, I'm sort of reading messages that Spirit is giving all of us who are being brought to the room, because we're all on similar frequencies, and we're experiencing similar things along our path. Our base chakra, our root, our roots are being asked to be looked at. Some of us need to redefine what those roots are and where our security lies. This is also a very physical thing, too. I don't know why I've gotten that some people are having lower back problems. Passions are ignited. Oh, here we go. I believe a lot of us are, it's like the lights are being turned on with each chakra. We've got the heart chakra. It's being lit up. Our heart frequency, the love frequency, right? Look how this blends. It's that integration of the divine, of the masculine and the feminine. And not just the integration within, but also within relationships. Opening that heart frequency, it's being lit up, as well as that base. The passion. Passions are rising. New passion for life, even. Feeling energy. Maybe you're experiencing energy levels that you haven't experienced in quite some time. That's much needed. You're probably seeing, well, this here definitely is signifying new beginnings, but you're probably experiencing a lot of 2s and 4s. 222, 444, 44. 248, things like that. Oh, you haven't? One of you must be more connected to your passionate masculine than the more feminine, like heart. Because we've got two feminines coming at each other. There's no balance. I've just had a deja vu. Big, 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 big deja vu. That's why it's important to have the integration of the masculine and the feminine aspects. A balance. And Spirit has been trying to pour that idea out to people over and over and over again. Because even as women, we, for at least the past 20, 30, 40 years, it's really been ingrained in us to kind of pay all this attention to our masculine side, but we've neglected the feminine. And it's a time to come back to that. We're going to be coming back to that because there's a power in the feminine that hasn't been recognized in this day and age. And it's sad. I don't know why it's disrespected. It's not looked at as important, but as many of us as women need to come back to that. And we are going to be coming back to that. Is she? She's probably very passionate, very driven, very resourceful. Probably a lot of energy too. Blunt, fiery. So we got this card here, disruption, which only really means this is like intuitive downloads. This is getting a lot of communication from above. This is like the Tower card. This is things, facade shattering. Refashioning the old, things becoming new. Our chakra centers are being lit up. Those of you that are coming in here, you might have noticed it. I don't know. You might notice that colors seem more vivid and sharp. If it hasn't happened to you yet, it's going to. It's going to. Okay? This is what's going on here. There again, this is the first time I'm noticing the infinity symbol on that cup. We were talking a lot about 88, 888, 44, and what it means. And it all refers to time and infinity, chronos. That's why in Back to the Future, the DeLorean goes 88 miles per hour as it travels through time. A lot of movies, in fact, and commercials they put this number in very inconspicuous places, but it's like a form of predictive programming of what's to come. Few people pick it up, right? They dismiss it. They may see it subliminally, but not consciously. But you're going to begin to see it. You're going to start to see those symbols and these things consciously. And these serve as a reminder of what's to come, but it's also spirit communicating with you through through the symbolism. But what's more, there's darker forces at work as well that uses the symbolism. It's their way of saying, while they practice their dark magic, that this is what alleviates their conscience. They say, well, because they communicated it to you in that way, that it relieves any care on their part, right? But those of us that are opening up to spirit these days and rapidly, and that are seeing beyond the veil, we're picking up on that stuff. Triumph. You got victory and success, and over triumph over any disruption that's going to be trying to make its way in your life within this special relationship of yours, or within this newfound self-love in which the feminine and masculine parts of yourself are coming together, right? Your heart space, the passionate space. We there again, more confirmation, triumphant success. Look at that. Victory and success. Triumph. This is what we can all expect. Now, this may not be something very literal. This may be, as far as I'm concerned, because it's discussing a spiritual union, that this is what it's referring to. Oh boy. Almost lost you guys. It's referring to our spirit. It's like all the chakras are being lit up. Spirit is really communicating with us right now. You guys are amazing vessels for it right now. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you were healers or readers or something like that. And if you aren't, you should be. You're going through a mass spiritual awakening. New cycles. I mean, with the one, we've got new beginnings. Be able to overcome those things that have been temptations for you, those things that have been harmful to you, that have been holding you back. And it's through prayer and contemplation and meditation that's going to help you to open your eyes. Spending time in nature. That's where spirit's at its purest. Where you can get quiet with yourself. A lot of things that haven't been clear to you are going to be clear. A lot of clarity, a lot of breakthroughs for you. Hello, Yasmin. I've been seeing 55 and 48 a lot. If you've been seeing 55 and 48, which I have too, and I'm not surprised that you resonated to this room. Just before I came back into the room after we got lost, we lost each other, our connection. Spirit was going to send anybody in here that needed to hear the following messages, okay? Because, I mean, all of us, those of us that do resonate are on a similar frequency, and we're all experiencing very similar life challenges right now, and life experiences, and even our triumphant moments. But a lot of groups are finding one another. They're building families. It's crazy. Um, if you're experiencing 55, you've got a lot of change coming and fast. Like I just said, cycles are ending and new ones are beginning in big ways. But we also just had that lunar eclipse. So most of us across the board are having it, but some of us are having really powerful ones. Like our life is being turned upside down. And with the number 48, that's like 444. That's like three fours, right? 22, 22, 22. And we're seeing eight slot. Eight is indicative of time. Now, I was just talking about looking at the infinity symbol on that cup. There's this thing right now about time and the importance of time, time being of the essence. Time is changing as well. It's speeding up. It's speeding up. And a lot of us are being called, but not everybody is paying heed. There are only some of us that are actually listening, because the earth, I know this is very spiritual, this is very deep, but you guys wouldn't be attracted to this room if you weren't at that level. The earth is going through a lot. It's going through, like, it's trying to cleanse itself. We've got a lot of stuff going on outside in the cosmos. We are shifting. Time is moving faster. The energies are changing, and there are not everybody is written with the same DNA frequency or code. That's it. Our DNA is an antenna, and this is why certain groups of people are attracted to one another. They're attracted to one another through that vibration, that frequency, and it's helping us to enlighten one another and come to these truths even faster about ourselves, about the people that we love, about these special bonds that have been placed before us, these divine masculine and feminine relationships. It's to learn the balance as well. Balance keeps coming up all the time. Balance, 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 balance. Balance in our relationships, balance within ourselves, balance in our emotions, being able to balance our spirituality with our reality, with our practicality. Some of us are spiritually maturing a lot faster than others. And as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of people that I'm meeting that are coming, that resonate with me. They're on that faster, high vibrating frequency that's opening. It's like the floodgates are open. They're getting like realizations and intuitions, and awareness is really broadening and fast. You might even, if it hasn't happened to you yet, you're going to have this sense of lightness and feeling like you don't need to, you're not as groggy or as like foggy minded as you might normally have been as a most likely an empathic individual. That you're actually going to feel pretty damn clear-headed and not needing as much sleep. However, rest and rejuvenation is going to be extremely important. Extremely important. Watch how much energy you expend. Watch who you give it to. Yeah. And watch that you don't force it, because you don't have to force your mind to get quiet. Just sort of, it's sort of like just simply allowing without judging it, without having to overanalyze and pick apart every thought that comes in and goes out. Just sort of let it come in and let it pass through. And if you need to get your thoughts out, jot it down in a journal, do a mind dump so you can leave space in your mind. And so you don't get all that stuff, all that thinking, crowded up in there. All that energy just, and you don't get stuck in this sort of loop. And that's what tends to happen when we begin to overanalyze and go back and look at situations over and over again and get stuck in a framework of perfectionism. But many of us are going to be overcoming our personal devils, our personal temptations, doing the soul work. And if we can get ourselves prepared to a certain level, we can be the proper leaders within our own lives to be really great examples for those that are around us, but also on a broader scale. If you feel that you are called to step up to be a leader, to speak, to teach, to guide, you're going to be led down that avenue. And don't be afraid. But the inner work has to be done first, because we got to make our own bed before we start going around telling other people how to live their lives. But there are groups of us that are sort of going through this awakening process a lot faster than others. We're able to see, beyond the veil, the things that are actually happening, for better and for worse. And there's a lot of people that are in denial, and they're kind of sticking their head in the sand. They don't want to admit what's actually happening. They think ignorance is bliss, and those are the people that are going to get in serious trouble. Hopefully that's not a loved one that's in your life, and if it is, you're going to have a hell of a time, because a lot of us that are in particular relationships, like twin flame relationships, our other half is stuck in an addiction, in an addiction cycle. And pretty soon we're going to have to make a decision whether it's going to be good for us to stay and stick around, because they may not be able to come out of it because their escapism is so strong, and it'll cause a lot of heartache. But a lot of us have healed. You don't want to be trapped in that fear. The fears, the temptations, all of this, we're having success and victory and triumphing over, as long as we can balance out ourselves and come together in spiritual union. Now, a card did fall out. I want to grab and see what that was. Man, it fell all the way down. Hold on. Okay, go over here. Oh, okay, that was the rejuvenation card, the meditation, getting our rest, rejuvenating your mind, rejuvenating your body, making sure you're replenishing it with lots of water, just water over and over again. Eating lots of greens. And especially right now, because some of you are going to be unprepared for what your life is going to speed up. It's going to speed up. So make sure you do get your rest. Make sure you do take that time. Make sure you go to bed early. That you eat for your body. Nourish yourself. Take those salt baths to relax those muscles. to cleanse your energy as well. Salt baths are very, very healing. More than you realize. I just had 2 cards fly out. I can't believe these cards. When they do that, that's urgent. Okay. Wow. Okay, yeah. Look at that. Like I just said. Wow. We're working. We've got a lot that we're birthing, okay? Look at the heart space. There's that heart space, like I said, right? This is that chakras that is opening up in a very big way. Look how that is similar. We even see some of this like yellow light, this fertile, bright light. But look at that. What it's saying here, we're working on our shadows. We're working on our shadows, and we're going to be successful at that. All of those things that were holding us back, whether it be people or ourselves, the fears that we were feeling, you know, the emotional loss, any heartbreaks, we're going to be able to come to a full healing. So long as we take care of our bodies over these next few weeks, especially, because things are going to speed up. And this is what we've got to look forward to, right? Triumphant success, victory and success. Triumph. But of course, there will be a disruption. But I'm thinking, for the most part, a lot of this is your perception of things is changing. You're putting on the new personality. So, however, it could very well be that there's a life circumstance that is turning your life upside down. But I believe this is more how you're seeing things. It's you that's going to turn shit upside down. I've been going through the darkest time. When she moved somewhere else, it was during that time that I've been awakened and started seeing sinks and stuff. Yeah. Well, it was a trigger. It was a trigger. And a lot of people right now are going through these dark night soul, these emotional crises, these existential crises, conundrums, these spiritual awakenings because of what's been happening on the planet. People are waking up, and it's happening rapidly. And you never give in more than you can handle. Spirit will only give you what you have the strength for. And so there might be times where it seems like it's too much and it's all happening too fast. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, my loves. Amy Lee Gibb, hello. I started praying every night instead of crying, and she came back after a year. Oh. You know, prayer, meditation, prayer is, when you hope for things, you hope all things. Prayer is breath. Prayer is life. And it brings a sense of contentment so that you're able to put the heaviness away, and it allows for the good things to be attracted. That's if You put your belief and you believe with your whole heart, your whole mind, and your whole soul. And then your energy will call that in. That stuff, it gets heard. The universe does hear it. The angels hear it. The creator hears it. You know, just like the things that's being done to the planet, the bad things, the dark thoughts of man reverberates out into the universe. And it's when all those things pile up, that the earth itself is going to be at that final point where she's ready to give birth and explode. You know, thoughts are powerful. Prayer, it's been shown. Scientists were able to actually measure it, that it does have a significant effect. It actually works. They don't know exactly how. They are beginning to understand it better because it does relate to frequency and vibration and the power of belief. But they can measure it, and prayer works. The act of prayer actually even changes the structure of your DNA code. It changes your immune system. It heightens your immune system. It changes the chemistry of your brain, which your brain therefore starts to change the chemistry of your hormones and your very organs. Prayer works. Meditation, reflection works. It's rejuvenation for the mind. Okay, let's get one more from this deck here. See what Spirit wants us to know from here. And then I'll grab a final advice from the Moonology. Oh my God, words are very, very powerful. In the beginning was the word, right? We were called into existence to be creators, to create, to be caretakers of this earth. And a lot of people are not taking care of the earth. They're ruining it. They're hurting it. They're raping the planet of everything, you know. It's taking advantage of things. And just here in Washington State, we've got people just taking advantage of the sea life and the salmon, and they're not even allowing the salmon to spawn, and it's just sad. Plus Fukushima is causing all that radiation in the water is giving people thyroid cancers, and it's throwing their endocrine systems off, and it's sad. What more? Okay. I love the way it works, Spirit works. This is all about the increase of our awareness. Those of you that have been led in here, I am not surprised if you are going through a powerful spiritual awakening. The first card that came out was you're coming together within a spiritual union. This is a coming together. This is the Magician in the Rider-Waite. And they call this one, it's awareness. Clearly, third eye is open, the fire. We've got the number 1 there, new cycles, new beginnings, new perceptions. It's a new passion for your life, right? And go back and grab the new passion, new unions and love, a new understanding of what love really is, what it really means, how you deserve to receive it, and how you should be giving it. The reciprocity is definitely, the give and take must be there. Communication must be there. That the foundations must be strong. The very root. You know, that we need to work on our shadows. This is the end of a cycle. We're finishing it out. All that temptation. We're victorious over it. And now, like the Empress, we're birthing a new life, a new way of seeing, a new way of being in our awareness. We're expanding. And number one again, in triumphant success. And as you know, swords are thoughts. So it's the way you see life. Who you are, you have totally changed. You've totally changed. You have emotionally matured in many, many ways. You've spiritually matured in many ways. You've outgrown a lot of people. You may have gotten rid of a lot of people you might need to now. But this is, wow. This is a very spiritual reading. So you're coming into full awareness, and you're about to birth something beautiful. There's that heart chakra. After doing all that shadow work, coming out of the shadow, coming into full awareness, birthing a new person within you. Coming together in spiritual union. This is incredible. This is incredible. To have triumphant success over your life, victory and success. Look how many, it does it 3 times. Triumph. It confirms it that much. So long as you do the soul work, don't stay trapped in fear. Let go of the heartache and the loss. Leave it in the past where it belongs. Nourish yourself. Don't forget prayer, contemplation, sleep. You're going to be spoken to by spirit quite a bit in your dreams. Make sure that you record this. There's going to be some important elements in that. And these are the days where the young, the old are going to be dreaming dreams, having visions, prophesying. A lot of people are going to be stepping up. This is the time of great revealing. A revelation. The revelation of truth, the revelation of who we are, a lot of crap that has been going on for decades, centuries even, is going to unravel, and the truth is going to come out. Have you lost a lot of people? Well, that's good. Yes. Hey, Amy Lee Gibb. I will definitely answer a question for you. What is your question? Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. Like the video. And type into the chat box what your question is. I'm going to step away to use the bathroom and tinkle, and I will be right back. I can't believe that was the most beautiful, most powerful reading yet. And for those of you that came in here, and you came at the right time, because I had prayed and meditated and asked Spirit to bring those that needed that message, to let us know what it was that was important for us, what was most important for us to hear. And that's what came out. So, my beautiful new friends, you have some amazing things that are coming. You're going to be a brand new, beautiful person, more powerful, more intuitive, more emotionally mature, a strong leader within yourself, in your own life. People are going to be looking up to you. Yeah. My mom and dad passed away. Just wanting to know if you can bring anything up. I don't channel, sweetheart. I don't channel spirits like that, honey. I'm an energy and intuitive reader, but I don't channel spirits. That can get dangerous, especially there's a handful of intuitives that are under spiritual attack, and that's the last thing I want to do to myself without properly being protected. But it is my belief that your parents are asleep, and when they are remembered in the book of life, when they return after Earth had gone through her changes and has become brand new, so will they. And it won't be like any time has passed for them at all. And they will come back in perfect bodies, gorgeous as ever. Who they are, their ancestry, their spirit, who they were, their encoding, that spirit is inside of you. It's in you to be carried out, to carry that torch. But they are asleep in peace, and it's going to be like a snap of a finger for them when they find themselves awake. But who they are is written in the Akashic record. It's in the book of life. Yeah. Well, tarot has layers and layers of meaning. And, I used to read them 20 something years ago, and then I stopped. And because I have studied so much about secret societies and symbolism and frequency, and color healing and numerology, I put all those elements together to help me be able to read it from that perspective, but also by the pictures and the intuitive feelings that I pick up in spirit. And it's getting stronger and stronger the more I work with them. The stronger that it's definitely getting. It is crazy. Sometimes it's just so wild. It's just, I get really giddy. So let me come right back. I'm going to use the bathroom. And I'll pull some cards to see what the energies are around you. And Kai, how do you say your name? Kayanat Bokari. I have the exact same. I saw pet snakes smelling and petting our bracelets. It felt peaceful, even though I'm scared of snakes in real life. My grandmother hates snakes too. She won't even go to a place if the snake was there and is not there anymore. I remember my old boyfriend, he had a pet snake, a small one. And when she had known that snake had been in our apartment at one time, She never came back to see me again. She's that scared of them. But, there's something to that. The draconians, the Dracos, the serpent that's been not only worshipped all over the world since the beginning, but that same serpentine, draconian race, our race of beings that are said to be very narcissistic, and they feed off of our fears, off of our anger, off of our insecurities and our depression. They're just outside our periphery, and they're like our contic. They're not. They aren't good energy at all. That's for sure. So let me use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, sweetie? Make sure you guys put in your questions if you're here to get a question asked or answered. You want to ask a question. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe so that YouTube filters me the video throughout so that we get more friends come into the room. I'll be right back. I have to pee so bad. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't bore anybody. All right. So we'll get that last one in. That was a good long reading, though, too, though. That was pretty powerful. Oh, I see a new name. Boy, I feel like I'm watching Paranormal Activity, too. That's because I wasn't here for the last couple of hours, but I had to go wee-wee. It's 3:22 a.m. over here in Seattle. Wow. Yeah, I know, and I'm getting tired, and I plan on coming back in the morning. Danny, hi, sweetheart. Is this MTV Cribs of Ghost? Same here. 322. Oh, the Skull and Bumper. Secret Society. Oh, look at that. I look up 55. 55, major number for change. And at the beginning, when I came back in here the second time tonight, almost about an hour and a half ago, you guys are going to have to go back and then look at that reading. Because if you're in here, that reading is for you. Okay? I prayed and asked Spirit to please provide me with the reading for those that resonated with me, that were going to come into this room to get that message. And it was freaking amazing. Amazing. Some people came in at the beginning of it. Others came in at the middle and end of it. But it was, damn, it's a really good reading. And you expect some massive change for you. All good. And it's very deep, too. Very, very, very spiritual. But if you guys are resonating with me, that's what you're going to get. So I think I've answered everybody's questions, though, for the night. For the rest of you, I want to read for you. I'm going to be back on. Definitely subscribe so that you can catch me when I come back on. And you can also, I put the address at the top. You could subscribe to the newsletter. Then you'll know when I get on every time. And so you can come in and catch the free readings and then get your questions answered. Oh my God, you bet. Of course. It's been a month. It's been over a month since I've gotten on live, and I really missed it. I love being on live because then I can literally connect you guys. I could talk, get to know you guys at a deeper level, and I love when my friends come in, my familiar faces. My partners in crime. It's important to me to at least get everyone's questions answered every once in a while. And if you want to go deeper, you know where to get me. You can email me if you want to spend personal time. And I need to put back up my Acuity scheduler. It'll show the details of the different programs. Okay, yeah. Definitely start it from the beginning. I'm going to be back on early tomorrow. Subscribe for sure. Like the damn thing. Thumbs up. But it was good. I was very serious, and I got very serious in my prayer and asked to give me the deepest, strongest message for the highest, for our highest good. And it was an amazing reading. It was long, so you're going to be watching it a while if you stick with it. But for those of you that showed up, that message is for you. And let me tell you, the Spirit is working faster and stronger for me every day. It's crazy. A lot of what some of these other intuitives, the ones that I resonate with, the things that they've been saying about Spirit getting stronger, the timelines that we're coming into, the time moving faster, the 88, the 48, the 44, the 48s, all of that. It's true, and it keeps it's happening at a rapid rate, rapid pace. We're being called. This is a time of great revealing, because a lot of us, whether we realize it or not, the veil is being peeled back. The matrix is becoming like decoded. Lies and scandals that have been hidden for the longest time are going to be found out. You're going to be dreaming dreams, having visions, prophesying. That's the old. That's the young girls that are old men. Doesn't matter what age you are or whether you're male or female. This is that day, that time period that we're in, right before the great revelation, the great revealing, where all truth is exposed. But we have the sinister ones, the black magicians, who are trying very hard to keep everybody under their spell, under the mass delusion. But people are waking up faster and faster. This is a great awakening right now. And in different ways, people are stepping up as leaders and providing that truth in their own way. And they're being asked to re-educate themselves or deepen their knowledge and their education in certain niche areas that they're going to be responsible for. And it's to educate others. And I guess it's being done this way to speed up the process of the learning, because it was so slow. I've been on this road forever. Oh my God. I was a truther before it was a truther. I was on that road in the 90s. With Janet Reno was talking about you eliminate the useless eaters, when everybody thought I was insane. Now they don't think I'm insane. They do not think I'm insane. Well, I had to feed my cat too, so I did take that time. But yes, because that's what our reading, it was very personal, but it had all the seriousness with it too. So those of us that are in here tonight, those of us that are watching this thing, that's the message Spirit wanted me to relay. And it was deep. It was deep. So you got an hour and a half to catch up on, my friend. You're hilarious. Paranormal activity. funny. I wouldn't be surprised. I, a lot of Geminis are under psychic attack and I guess other demonic activity. So hopefully they don't happen to me. Damn. I do what I can to stay protected. But I love you all. I got to get some rest. You know how it goes. When you're empathic, this shit can drain you. And it does. And you'll want to read more. And then here's what's the funny thing. As I am doing the readings, if I go too long, too far into it, because you wanna give more. But they'll start to talk to you. They'll start to say, remember that sleep is a spiritual practice as well. The card will pull up, or the rest rejuvenation card will keep coming up, telling me to take my ass to bed, that I'm depleted. So, and then by that time, your messages aren't as clear or as good as they could have been at all. And you want to be with it. So I'm going to get my rest so I can be with it. And those of you that come back, if you're able to, I can read for you, or at least answer a question for you. So I love you guys. I was so happy to come back tonight. See y'all. I just had to drop in. It's 11:33 a.m. I know, right? 3:33. It was 3:33 just now. And when we were just cracking up at the 322 Skull and Bones number. But I'm gonna hit the cards I keep pulling up the rest rejuvenation card. They're telling me, like, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. Get to sleep, get to sleep, get to sleep. Yeah. I love you, Crafty. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I want to get on kind of early. I don't want to get on late like I did tonight. So, man, damn, the last 4 hours just flew. That's my average, 4 hours per session. So, I'm going to get my sleep. All right, I love you so much. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you tomorrow, Crafty. Well, no, you might be asleep by the time I get up. But I love you. Peace.